we are again, man. Meeting again, another mastermind session. We tapped in, man. Man, it's every single time that I get the opportunity to tap in with y'all, man. It's a it's a beautiful experience because it's an evolution of my consciousness, right? It's an expression of myself. It's a forward motion and energy that I tap into that allows me to hold my grounding throughout my cycle, throughout my week, right? So every single week when I go forward, I'm thinking, okay, how can I improve my perspective personally? How can I personally improve how it is that I can contribute to those who show up here, those who are the tribal members here? And as a part of IMC Nation, as an extension of IMC Nation, man, we have the opportunity to just sit down and chop it up, man, and just be real. You know what I'm saying? And speak from your own perspective. You know, one thing that I always tell everybody that comes here is it's important for you to understand that your perspective is unique to you. Can't nobody do you, you know what I'm saying, the way that you're gonna do you. Can't nobody speak from your own perspective. So that's your value. And when you come here, make sure that you're wearing that hat. You know what I'm saying? You're coming as a master. You're coming as a master of if nothing else, you have to be a master of, you have a master at being yourself. You have a master's degree at being you. You know what I'm saying? As funny as that sounds. But that's just the real. That's reality. But we haven't used that frame of mind, ahead of time. And without thinking that way, without thinking that I'm a master creator, I'm a master of my reality, I'm the one that's in control. Without thinking that, you might get caught up in thinking, we all get caught up in thinking in the slave terms of society, right? We get caught up in thinking that we're not who we say we are. When whoever the fuck it is that you say you are, that's who you are at the end of the day. All right. So first of all, before we tap in, um, is there anybody that has anything to share? Anybody that wants to share any updates that happened throughout this week? Any shifts in perspectives, any evolutions of your personal journey? Like I say, when you speak here, you're a master of self. Everybody here is a beast, in their own right. Everybody here has their own perspective and opportunities to contribute. So, whatever your perspective is of life at this moment in time. Oh, we got the real P. Kurtwig in the house. Welcome, brother. Um, everybody from your perspective, that's your throne, right? You're sitting as a king on your own throne in your own kingdom, and sitting from your perspective, nobody is going to be able to validate what it is that you're saying outside of yourself. When we look at ourselves, from that perspective and say, what it is that I tell myself, the story that's, along the frequency of what AZD was talking about today, in Lions Den. What the story that we tell ourselves, whatever that story is, that's literally what we're going to experience. That's literally what we live, right? So keep that in mind as you go throughout your days and your weeks and your process, man, every single day, because it's going to change based on you consciously paying attention to how your story is being told. So when you pay attention to how you're telling your own story to yourself. So let's say that you're running into a female, right? And you run to the female and you don't say what you want to say. I've been in that position many times. But you say what you don't want to say. Or something else is communicated where you feel uneasy about the situation. Well, to recognize that is an opportunity for you to change your perspective as to what happened, whether it actually happened or not, whether you actually said what you wanted to say the next time you came around or not. Regardless, the ability that we can all tap into is utilizing our minds and utilizing our imaginations to create whatever experience it is that we want to experience. So that's from our present seat now, from our own kingdom, looking forward in life and also looking backwards. So let's say that situation happened, right, where you said what you didn't want to say with that female. You can just go back in your mind, right, and change that situation or scenario, and that puts you more in alignment with what it is that you want. That's the whole point of doing that. That's the whole point of utilizing your imagination, is to to create on top of your reality. Not to say that what's happening right now is the end all be all, because if we live like that, we're living in our past, right? That means, if we're looking at what's happening on the outside of us as the only reality, then that's where we stay stuck at, right? But if we want to evolve past that, we want to transcend that level of experience, you have to create on top of your reality. And this is important, when you're looking at your life and you want to decide on what it is that you want out of your life. So, I wanted tonight's discussion just to be on the frequency of desire. How is it that we go towards what it is that we want in our life? The only way is to ask ourselves the right questions along the path. When we're on our own path, because we all have our own path, it's all unique to us. Nobody else has our seat in life, right? We are the only version of ourselves. So that being the fact, it's not a theory, it's not something I'm just saying, it's actual fact. Like, nobody else is gonna have the experiences that you had growing up. That's just a guarantee. So because of that, that is your throne, but nobody is acting that way. Nobody is living that way. Outside of, we look at AZB, and there's a reason why we follow him, because he lives that way. You feel me? Like, that's the only reason why we would follow a man of that, of this caliber, because we see that this man is living on purpose. He's choosing his reality every single moment. He's creating on top of whatever it is he's experiencing. So as we move towards that, we got to set the right frame. So one question that, I wanted to ask all of you is, what do you desire out of life? And I'll answer this for myself. What I desire out of life at this moment in time is man, to first and foremost, I'm looking forward to linking up with my brothers. So wherever it is in this country, I'm looking forward to linking up and creating a base. And to do that, it comes through conversation. It comes through figuring out, okay, what is it that you want exactly, and how does that blend with what it is that I want? How does that align? So then we begin to the mastermind comes from blending our purposes. You know what I'm saying? And coming to an understanding that the more that we can share with each other, this is what I want to go towards, right? This is what I want to do for my life. This is what my vision is. This is how I'm living on purpose, right? When we begin to express that and we share that with each other, because, like AZD has been saying, and I've been seeing the power of what it is that he's been talking about when it comes to only speaking to your tribe. Man, it just holds the power within us. It's like it's just a very, very powerful creation. It's just energy that's going around. So instead of us sharing all of our secrets and powers and rituals and processes with everybody else, what we do is we share it with each other, and that strengthens our own characters within our group, right? So then that's the mastermind part of it. Is our minds become greater because we have that perspective. Let's say I have a perspective of the real P. Kirkwood as the #1 life and success coach in the world. If I have that perspective and I'm carrying that, and he carries that perspective of himself as well, 2 minds are better than 1, right? That's just 2 minds. Wait, how many people we got up in here right now? I mean, right now it's what, 9 people, including myself. So understanding that, all of us thinking that about P. Kirkwood, yeah, how does that change? How does that change his reality? Just by us all connecting on that mind level. You know what I'm saying? So all of us being able to do that, to express what it is that we want out of life, and decide on, this is where I'm going in my life, and then expressing that with each other, that's going to help us connect the dots to the path forward, literally. And the ability for us to communicate that is, it starts here. So once again, brothers, if you have anything to say when it comes to what it is that you desire out of life, or what you want, what do you see next for your character, what do you see as the next part of your evolution, share that here, because this is the moment in time.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of
Salute.
course, one of my desires is getting this base going for sure,
Yeah.
100%. Another
That's
thing
it.
is just making so much fucking money, because I got
Sir.
people I gotta take care of. Um,
Man.
just a certain way I want to live, you
Mm-hmm.
know, want to live comfortable. And just building my tribe, getting more people under my wing, bringing more people into IMC Nation, and
Yes,
just
sir.
building shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Bro,
And
that's
just building the character daily. Also, just finding new ways that things I could add, things I could
yeah.
take away, things
Yeah.
that's not working for me, and just build this character as strong as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Man, that connects to my soul right there, man. Everything you're saying, because man, that's the path that we're on. You know what I'm saying? We're stepping onto those stepping stones, literally following the path to AZD's, position in life, but it's going to be that for ourselves. So it's like whatever it is that we focus on right now, man, we just supercharge it. And, doing collective groups like this and tapping in, man, it's going to take it to a whole nother level. Man, fuck it. Fuck it. Ryan, brother, you got your hand raised. Salute.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Doing great, brother. Good to have you here, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'm in phase 1 and I'm still in the process of integrating all of that stuff. But just going through that process and attending the Lions Dens meeting every day and then conversating with you guys as well, I feel everything building momentum. I feel more empowered. And just like you're saying
Yes,
about
sir.
keeping it within the tribe,
Yeah.
it's cool because that way we know we're saving our breath, we're saving our energy because the message is received. As
Facts.
far as goals though, I'm trying to, continue to push that feeling and see just how far we can go. Like I said, be fully integrated. And I want to get to a point where I build my character up enough to where I could serve the brothers, and then we could start implementing group economics. Because I see,
Mm,
that model, and it's powerful. And our
yeah.
bases can be as big as we could imagine them. So it all starts somewhere, and I just
Yeah.
I want to get to that point to where I'm
Yeah.
playing that type of role and we're all able to synergize and go off each other.
Man, fuck yeah. That's man, hell yeah. I'm all about that, man. The building of your own, that's the beauty of the process, trusting that process and trusting each phase, as you see your evolution, when you go through phase 1, that's your foundation, that's your personal foundation. So then you building your own personal foundation, now you have a ground to stand on, right? And then phase into phase 2, and you learn how to communicate, what I'm saying, with the outside world, and learn how to balance, what I'm saying, the whole process. And then it becomes a whole different evolution of a process. So then but being able to see that opportunity now, that's what's so valuable, bro, for what you were saying in terms of just being able to connect on the idea of economics, knowing that, okay, cool, now I've done the work, what I'm saying. Like I said, that's the beauty of going through the process, going through phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3, what have you, and measuring your growth, over time, and seeing like, okay, now I can, I see how my platform will also connect here, and just basically you're starting to map out your own path, right, in IMC Nation. You know what I'm saying, and you begin to network and connect the dots and all of that stuff, and that just connects everything for us, man. And that's man, that's so powerful. There's nothing that can stop this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the more and more that we just tap into the frequency of it and speak on it and speak on it, speak on it, and go back and forth. Like I said, just like having this next base, man, it's gonna change everything. We've been talking about doing with base in the base. There's a base 3 group chat, that we have on Telegram. And our brother Troy here, he's sharing all the houses with us. And we have it's constantly like the more energy that we put in there, the more that we can see, like, how more real that becomes, right? Like the more energy that we contribute just to that chat alone, like I see, it's like, okay, cool, that's another step forward in that direction. So it's like, I was telling one of my friends out here recently, I was like, the next, I'm starting to see how everything is just the next right step, or the next step that we can take towards our success. That's the next focus, right? And when we simplify it that way, then we stop trying to, you know, do all of it at once and then just take the next step. You know what I'm saying? So, man, that's powerful. We got brother Shamir on and Adrian. You guys got anything to say? I got another question if not. Just the last question, just so you guys are up to date. What do you desire out of life? Like, what is it that is pulling you? You know what I'm saying, from the depth of your soul right now, that is helping you to move forward towards that right now? What is that? If you have an answer to it. If not, we can even brainstorm on that shit. You know, I'm all about that.
You got something?
Brother. Salute. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll. Well, right now, what's driving me more than anything, brother, I know, as far as you guys know, I'm still a part of base 2, but I actually recently left to come back to Dallas just because there's better opportunities for money out here. But TL and I mean, we talked about it. Like, we know for a fact we're going to be living together again.
Yeah.
It's just, it's going to be in a location in a bigger city. And let me tell you, having lived in a base, like an IMC base for 3 months or whatever the fuck, there's no other way to live if you're on this process. Like, I feel like I'm compromising to some degree, you know? The obstacle becomes a path in that scenario. I mean, shit, there's really no other way to live. So as far as the base is huge, bro. It's huge. Next, I guess, for my own character would be creating a group like this where we'd have weekly meetings and speaking about whatever. So yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to be the every Cobra meeting that you about to have, man. that's the animal I connect with, you know what I'm saying, with you. So hell yeah, man, that's dope. Man, I you know, want to say that I know what that's like, you know, the energy of a base or what have you, living there. I want to say I know what it's like, but I really don't outside of, you know, residence, you know. So I think you're more versed in that, you know what I'm saying, and to tap in on that frequency, man, it's I already know it's gonna be something so special for every single person that's there. And you know, the way that we're talking about doing it, you know, in Florida, you know, because there's no tax in Florida, or like property tax or something like that in Florida, right? Some shit, I don't know. Whatever the case is, man, I just know there's a good energy for Florida. I got people that's, you know, people. You said what? There's no what?
No state tax over there.
No state tax. Yeah. Okay, that's what it is. No state tax.
But I want to add on to what Shamir was saying. Like, us as beasts, like, there's really no other way to live. So it's just like going back to like what drives me in life. Like, it's just like evolving every day. Like, just like I'm obsessed with like getting better and just looking for the next level. You know, so like, us beasts, we definitely can't live. Like, we just gotta live amongst us. Like, that's just the next level for us. You know, it's just getting together. You know, so I definitely see like, you feel like you're compromising, like not being together. Like having a base, you definitely like. I never been in a base, but I definitely know what he's saying. Like, I definitely feel like living here, I'm compromising. Why? Like, I got no beast around me. Like, what if some shit goes down? I'm by myself. You know, we need a base. Some shit goes down. There's a whole bunch of people at a base that has your back. You know, so just like even living without a base, like you're just not safe out there by yourself.
Yeah, man, and you know, it's everything that we're learning right now when it comes to, you know, Lions Den and the Beast Camp and everything, the Rise of the King. You know, essentially, you know, there's a need for us to try, but you know what I'm saying, it's been that way from the beginning, right? So that's what initially brought us all together. Like, it was just that tribal energy, that primal energy, really, that was with phase 1 that we all tapped into, you know, from the original crew, and us doing that allows us to carry that energy forward now and like revitalizing and do it ourselves again. Because you think about it, it's salute, brother. Appreciate you being here, man. You know, it's like the same time frame as it was last year when Lions Den first got started up. You know, this time around when HD started bringing up, you know, the tribe or the importance of the tribe, and as we're continuing to build that, you know, it's just a cycle. You know, if you really pay attention, it's all a cycle. This whole experience is just a big old cycle that's happening. So to witness, okay, this is the opportunity for me to do this now. After we witness ACD, if you've seen ACD's process for over a year now, as most of us have, well, not most of us, but some of us have, the experience of seeing his cycle in terms of the women that are around, in terms of the energy that comes around, in terms of the beast, level creation and all of this, like just tapping in around to phase one again, him doing the phase one beast camp every single month again. That's what it was last year. That's how it started, right? That was the initiation of everything. So if you witness that, then you really take advantage of the time. So, like Shamir was saying, taking the time to create this tribe for himself and for his character, right, is going to expand him, beyond what, what it is that we can think. I know Troy can say the same thing. I know Miracle J can say the same thing. Pete Kirkwood just did an event with AZD, so he can say the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the more that you get involved, the more that you expand your perspective. I mean, Shamir was there last month in VIP, you know what I'm saying, up close and personal with the scriptures and shit. So, I mean, he's on a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? But just recognizing that and knowing that, we have the ability to witness where we are in terms of that cycle, and then being able to look forward, knowing that that's where we're going to go, or wherever it is that we choose to go, that's where we're going to go. Man, that shit is lethal. Okay, Miracle J, I know you unmuted. Pete Kirkwood got his hands up though. Let's go to Pete real quick, and then we'll go to Miracle J.
All right, just before that flutter starts going, okay. Yeah, on that subject of where I wanted to go, like, I'm really glad that you asked the question, because so often we're so caught up in what we're doing is that we actually don't take those times to just go, hang on, how's this all unfolding? My goals 3 days ago were completely different goals now. So where do I want to go? I want to expand out this group, Paragons of Success, right? I'm going to get into something subscription-based that's not big, right? It's going to be cheaper than Lion's Den, much cheaper than Lion's Den, because I just got to have a little bit of money coming in to support me on this mission, right? I gotta eat. Right. I've got to make some money, but I know I'm going to provide the value. I'm going to do it on that same video every day, because we're building success here. Like you said, I am the best success coach in the world. Whether people know that or not is their problem, not mine. Yeah. Like, people in this group, especially the ones who came to my event, know that I'm on a whole nother level.